John Desko, face-off specialist Ben Williams, midfielder Akeem Lecky, and attackman Kevin Rice. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and then open it up for questions. Coach, when we'll be ready.
Well, I think anytime you win a game, it's a good game. And tonight to be back in the Carrier Dome, the guys were excited to play. I think we went against a pretty good Siena team. They haven't been on a full field as much as we have, but I think we took care of the things that we could take care of. Offensively, obviously, to put the points up, we were successful. I thought that early in the game we had rushed things, and we settled down as the game went on there. And I think the guy next to me here did a terrific job in the center of the field, not only coming up with the ball, but making good decisions after he did. And now that he has the highest percentage shooting on the team, it's a good thing too. And defensively, I think we had a pretty good night. There were a couple that went in that we're not happy with, but when are we happy with the goals that go in the back of the net? So starting out 1-0 is a good thing for us, and it's great to be back here in the Carrier Dome.
Questions for Syracuse?
Ben, just what was working for you tonight? I mean, can you walk me through the beginning, if they made any adjustments, anything you had to do to counter?
We were just waiting for the whistle, just exploding through the ball out the whistle. We've been practicing that a lot, and I just think we were really prepared with these new rules, and I think we were just prepared.
That guy, he's been doing it for 3 years for them. I think he won like 58% last year. Did you see anything in his game that you were able to expose?
I was just getting on the ball, bringing it out the front, and then trying to get to the ground ball, get to these guys as quick as I could. I don't think too much about the other guy when I'm out there. But my wings did an awesome job communicating with me throughout the whole game, and these guys did a great job putting the ball in net. So it was a pretty fun game.
I think that coming out of scrimmages, we weren't sure who we were going against as far as the other team's face-off guys. We know they were pretty good, but we had a lot of respect for this guy tonight. Like you mentioned, he is in the 58% range, and that's pretty impressive, especially in his conference. There's some good face-off guys there. So it was a great test for us, and it was great to see Ben have that kind of success against such a quality face-off man.
Not how did it feel to be watching that for a change instead of doing something?
Well, I'd like to say I felt sorry for the other guy, but not really. It was good. Like we've been on the other side of the fence, and it just changes how you can play offensively and defensively. We've always been a up-tempo, fast-breaking team, and in the past we've had to look up at the scoreboard, and where we get chances at the offensive end of the field, we may have to take a little more time and work to be really efficient there. And now I think that knowing we have a chance of getting the ball back after a goal, you play differently. It's just an entirely different psyche when you're playing lacrosse out there having possessions.
Ben, can you take me through that play where when you picked up, I think it was 2-1, you went in and just scored within like 8 seconds?
They just bring it downfield, they didn't slide. Saw the window and let it go. It felt good. Didn't put him away in the scrimmages, so I was hoping I could do something today.
And Kevin, like you said, you've seen like it's 3 years now not having a great face-off specialist. Do you kind of feel like this is kind of turning a corner now with a guy like Ben?
Yeah, I think if you talk to any guy in offense or defense, all smiles after that. I remember coming on the sideline, fourth quarter, and looking up, and it was 23-5, I think, face-offs. And it doesn't get much better than that. And I think you saw what our offense can do when we get that sort of possession, and it's exciting. So good job to Ben.
Kevin, how nice was it kind of in the first half to have Nicky and Akeem kind of take a little bit of the scoring load off you three up top?
Yeah, it was nice. We knew after last year, some of the stat lines from last year's game that they probably would play us a little differently, and they were hesitant to slide from down low, and Lucky's going to draw a slide every time, and that left Nicky open, and Nick's a great finisher, so it was nice, and it made them have to respect the middies, and it's just a good, well-balanced team offense.
And Akeem, taking through your goal, I know you kind of tripped as you shot it.
Yeah, I just lost my foot a little bit. I saw the opening, so I tried to beat the guy that was supposed to be sliding, and I just
lost my footing a little bit and just tripped.
And when you and Nicky are kind of running the offense like that, you guys kind of look more for yourselves and look to be the attacker, or is it just whatever works for them?
No, I mean, we, just mentality just is just dodge and move the ball to the next guy, whoever's open. And actually, Nicky's really good at finding the opening spot. And so when I'm dodging, the slide's coming, and Nicky's just always right there. So I just, either move the ball to the attack or pass to the open man.
Coach, you know how Jordan Evans doing, or what his status is?
Yeah, he what's the lower body extremity injury, something like that. So but we expect him back. It's going week by week right now.
Akeem, did you notice early, like Kevin said, it looked like they basically were told, do not slide off their attack and their attack's that good. And you guys just right from the start, it seemed like you noticed it and said, we're going to go.
Yeah, there was actually one play where I think it was a sweep where Kevin came up top and I kind of just ran past. Kevin set a pick because they weren't going to slide, so that just left so much opening. Once I got around the corner, I think that's the play I tripped on, actually. So they were just sticking with those guys and left a lot of openings down low for the middies.
It seems like when you do that, the guy up top and then you're attacking kind of sag low, they all stay on the crease, and that leaves a lot of area, that 10 yards, that sweet spot for a lefty like Golasso to just take it.
Yep, leaves a lot of room to work with, which is nice.
And just kind of knowing the kind of struggles the team has had at the X in the last few years, coming in for the preseason and the scrimmages and all that kind of stuff. Does that play into your mindset as you're getting ready for the season and just knowing how important you could be in that regard?
I guess the preseason, I was just approaching it, just going day by day kind of thing. I wasn't trying to get too uptight about anything. And, just one at a time. It's one possession at a time. And I guess that's kind of how I look at it. It's not, I guess that's pretty much it. I just try to do it every day at a time, one face off at a time.
Do you sense it from your teammates? Some of these guys who've been here for a few years, and you can only do so much in the other facets of the game if you don't win at the X. What kind of a message are you getting from them when they maybe see you possibly being the guy who can bring them out of that?
Obviously I know that they like having the ball. But last year Cristiano did a great job too. He had a great season last year. So they've had the ball, and they tell me that obviously it's a good one win the face-off. But it's fun. It's fun.
Johnny, could you tell me roughly how many of your offensive positions now at this point, a lot of your seniors are comfortable with leaving them on the field? It seemed like I looked up at Scooney's playing defense, Keith's playing some defense, even Golasso was playing defense. Are you comfortable with leaving them go both ways, or do they just get caught?
Yeah, most of them. And sometimes it's the way you ride also. It's, how you match up with their players, and it's how they break. So if they're breaking their short sticks or if they're breaking their pole to the other end of the field, then, naturally the offensive middies are going to be with them to a point. So it's a little bit of that. But I think, all the confidence of these guys having 4 years of experience and 3 years of experience, and, they do it every day in practice, and they've had plenty of game situations where they've been on defense, and I think they're pretty comfortable there.
Could you talk about how clean your clearing game was for a season opening game? Normally in an opener, there's guys chasing balls around on the ground and they're going out of bounds left and right.
Well, the Ensley Center has been absolutely unbelievable for us, and I've tried to weigh out the experience of the players coming back and having a full field to practice in the preseason. So to have that place, which is it's the same floor print as the Carrier Dome, it's the exact same size. So it makes it an easier transition. We've only been in the Dome 2 days this spring, and a lot of people would think, well, that's not really a home field advantage for us, but to have that facility and to be able to come from there over to here is huge for us. Other years we've just looked at our clearing percentage early in the year last year, and people are shaking their heads with the guys that we have and the coaches that we have coaching that aspect of the game. And I think that's just really, it's a matter of reps on 110 yards, and we've been getting them, so I think that really helps.
Time for 2 more questions, Steve? I was going to ask the players the same exact question, Kevin and Akeem in particular. Have you noticed the fact that you had a full field to work with, that you feel a little crisper as the season started? How much of a difference does it make to you guys?
Well, the biggest difference I saw was with the new facility, the turf is actually, I know Kevin can confirm this, the turf is pretty soft over there. So coming over here, we've been practicing on that turf, and we're so used to, digging in, and, it's harder to run. So when we come over here, the turf's a little bit older, so it's, it's lighter, and so we felt pretty fast, which was pretty good. I mean,
yeah, I think obviously riding and clearing, it's huge. Last year, being in Manly is an advantage most teams don't have, but at the same time, it's 70 yards, and it's not as wide as it should be. And I think early, especially against Virginia last year, we struggled both riding and clearing, and I think both were pretty sharp today. And like Lex says, that's brand new turf over there, and so we've been playing in that. And we had our pregame practice yesterday, and everyone was sort of feeling their legs like, hey, we're going to fly around tomorrow. Like, this is nice. So it's a nice change of pace, and we're well aware that it's a facility that not many teams have, and we need to take advantage of it.
Last question for Syracuse.
Coach, with a couple of your middies still in the first goal of your careers, I know you've kind of stressed the depth of the unit, but how nice is it to actually see it in a game?
Well, I think if you look at the scoring, I haven't had a lot of time to look at it, but some of the guys mentioned earlier how focused the Siena defense was on the attack and trying to take Kevin out of the game by shutting him off and really focusing on Randy and Dylan. So, we're just comfortable if they're going to do that, take, the experience of the midfielders to go to the goal. And I think Akeem had 4 assists, so it shows his versatility there. And we had, if you look at the sheet, there's a lot of guys who have scored, and a lot of them are midfielders, so it's great to see. I think we've always focused on not being a one-man team, letting the group do it, being a team offensively and defensively, and we've had success doing that.
All right, guys, thank you.
Thanks.